What's good everybody on YouTube? Back with another sneaker video. Today we will be talking about my personal top 5 out of the 10 collection from Nike and Off-White. So pretty much the raffles were held about 2 weeks ago for the entire collection, and I didn't win a single pair. Winners were announced about 2 days ago, and yeah, I didn't win a single pair that I went for. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. You know, I'm not salty one bit.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Nope, not at all. But getting into the ones I actually went for and ranking them in top 5 order. So getting into number 5 being the Nike Blazer. Now the Blazer is, to me, is a really dope shoe, but it was too plain, too normal. It looked like a inline shoe. It just looked like a typical Blazer that Nike would have released anyway without the Off-White moniker on it. But I mean, it was a dope shoe. I liked the big Nike swoosh that extended over into the midsole, and I actually liked the midsole being that Off-White color. But yeah, I think it was pretty dope, but it wasn't amazing. It was just enough to be on the list, because everything else to me wasn't really worth going for. To me personally, I wasn't a huge fan of like the Hyper Dunk or the Air Force One, or what else was on there, or the Air Max 97, to be honest. But going into number 4 being the Vaporfly. Now the Vaporfly was one of the ghosting pairs. So that was the pair, that was part of the 5 that didn't initially release during London Fashion Week and all the different fashion weeks. And I think the Vaporfly is actually relatively clean. I like the see-through material that they used, and being that it's such a new model, it's very interesting that they let Virgil actually kind of take this pair apart. But yeah, I liked it for the most part. I would love to get a Vaporfly in hand, but none of the colorways are very interesting to me other than this Off-White one. So we'll see in the future, maybe the resale isn't too high on that pair. But going into number 3 being the Vapor Max. Now the Vapor Max could have been top 2, but it's just something about number 2 that is over the Vapor Max. But getting into the Vapor Max is again another new silhouette that Nike allowed Virgil to actually reconstruct, and I think he did a better job than most of the inline colorways or the different models that they're releasing. It's something about that weird tongue. I think it's the tongue off of like a Cortez or something. It's so clean on that model. It's just, it really enhances the model, and he just did his thing on that pair. Like, it's a really nice, with the Nike swoosh, the stitched in Nike swoosh, and everything about that shoe is dope. It's so dope. But moving on to number 2 being the Presto. The Presto is fire. That was the pair that I was kind of gunning for the most. It wasn't my favorite, but it's the most wearable to me out of the entire collection. He just did his thing. That shoe to me looks more like a collab shoe. It looks like he took that shoe apart and reconstructed it the way he wanted to. He being Virgil, and he did his thing, man. Like, it's a really dope shoe. I wish I could have got my hands on it, but you know, it is what it is. I know that one will most likely stay at a high like resale price. But moving on to number 1, which is by far my favorite, is the Air Jordan 1. Now, the reason why the Air Jordan 1 is my favorite is because I'm a huge Jordan 1 fan. I think the Jordan 1, it he could have done more, of course. He probably could have done an original colorway, but I like the fact that he took an older colorway and retooled it and remolded it to the way he wanted. And I think it's so dope how the Nike swoosh looks like it could potentially come off. I like the different like words that he put. Like it made it look like a sample shoe, which is pretty much probably what he was going for, and he hit the mark on it 100%. But yeah, that's my top 5. Let me know what your guys' top 5 out of the 10 collection was, and do you think necessarily this is the collaboration of the year? I know there's been a lot of talk that the Jordan 1 won shoe of the year, I think by like Footwear Magazine or some publication like that. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that it's shoe of the year? Let me know down in the comments, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And for future content, I am doing a lookbook. If you guys are interested, I know a lot of people are wanting me to talk about more about the clothing that I wear, so I figured to start it off with a lookbook. But yeah, stay tuned for more content, and yeah, peace out.